Hello, everybody. My name's Matthew Snyder. Thanks to the team at Pi, I'm here today to showcase Centri Tech, a new minority owned social venture designed to equip low income families and communities with broadband infrastructure and tailored technology adoption programs that foster participation in the digital economy. Before we dive into this broadband desert, I've got a pop quiz for you. In one room, your youngest is watching Raya and the Dragon on Disney Plus. Her brother is straight crushing noobs at Fortnite. Grandma is upstairs checking in with her doctor, and you're on your seventh Zoom call of the day. How much speed do you think is required for all this activity? If you guessed about 40 megabits per second download, you'd be just about right. Consensus among us broadband nerds is that you want at least 10 megabits per second of bandwidth for each person working or schooling from home. That's enough internet speed to allow for a few simultaneous connections without interruptions. The average family size is just over 3 people, so 40 megabits per second is a good measure of what a household would need to not be perpetually frozen on Zoom. For the scope of demo day and simplicity, we'll just be referring to the download speeds. Consider this 40 megabits per second the speed to live. It's the technical requirements needed for a family to operate essential digital tools from home. The FCC has the current minimum standard definition of high-speed broadband set to 25 megabits per second. Admittedly, I failed high school trig, but I know enough math to see the disconnect between what is considered adequate and what is actually needed by our society for basic life needs. Amongst demo day excitement, I wish I could announce that after 6 years with no change, the FCC decided to raise this standard speed to 100 megabits per second. But sadly, that's not the case, and this number has yet to be revised. #priorities. In 2018, Microsoft estimated that 163 million people in this country don't use the internet at this antiquated government standard, either because they lack physical access to a broadband connection or because they cannot afford it. How does Oregon compare? The good news is that we have strong terrestrial coverage and a higher average download speed than many states. But we rank poorly with regard to internet connectivity access, largely due to the fact that more than 3 million people don't have access to an internet plan under $60. In Portland, it's estimated that 15% of homes don't have internet access at all. That's enough to fill the Moda Center 5 times over. We don't have a physical connectivity problem in Oregon, we have an access problem. What's more astonishing? This was all true before COVID. You remember those days, right? When you wouldn't think twice about buying pit tickets to a Lizzo show? COVID showed and continues to remind us very starkly just how much we as a society depend on technology for just living our daily lives. With 59% of adults working remotely, 83% of students learning remotely, and seniors seeking remote connection in record numbers, COVID forced us to adapt to an almost exclusive digital environment and accelerated an existing trend of online activities, ultimately widening the divide between the digital haves and have-nots. Enter Centri Tech, where our pursuit is to connect every home with high-quality broadband and provide an innovative platform to lift the human condition. We work at the intersection of housing, tech, and impact to network the built environment and provide access to a full array of culturally relevant digital resources. With a national footprint, we have offices in Washington, D.C. and in Portland, Oregon, where I'm based. Together with our nonprofit organization, Centri Tech Foundation, we stand out among our competition of incumbent ISPs and network system integrators by providing mechanisms for both access and adoption of technology. As an organization, we've cast out the digital divide mentality to embrace a new way of thinking, that of digital advancement. This combines both infrastructure and impact to optimize technology to improve the standard of living and quality of life for underserved communities. We accomplish this by meeting people where they are, the home. Home is the center point in a person's life. Today's world has shown us just how important the convenience of home can be as the place where we live, work, learn, and play. It's clear to us that home is a powerful place for change. Imagine a common hierarchy of needs framework in the context of digital connectivity, and it becomes clear why we're focused on the home as a medium for impact. People's success and quality of life are directly correlated to their access to technology in the home. How can we be expected to fully self-actualize if we don't have the tools to participate? Imagine not being able to pay your bills, order groceries, or connect with your doctor, or not having access to technology that keeps your family safe. Isolationism, exacerbated by a lack of digital access, is responsible for higher rates of stroke, depression, and anxiety among senior populations. Families and individuals that don't have access to broadband are at a competitive disadvantage when it comes to work and education, as many employers only accept job applications submitted online. Don't forget college applications, 90% of which require online submission. To make real inroads in joining the digital revolutions taking place, think coding, AR, VR, blockchain, fintech, logistics, you name it. A fast and reliable connection is required at a price anyone can afford. This robust connectivity foundation, coupled with bespoke technology adoption programs, is what Centri Tech brings to underserved communities with a thoughtful and future-proof mentality. Speaking of homes, have you ever moved into a new apartment only to be bombarded by offers from AT&T, Xfinity, or some local provider about internet and streaming packages? That's no accident. In return for too small a stipend, asset managers give incumbent ISPs full connective reign over the property's residents to charge exorbitant subscription fees that come with inflexible contracts. Without having their own in-building network infrastructure that they control and manage, these asset managers forego the ability to monetize their property and enhance the resident experience. With a focus on affordable, workforce, public, and senior housing facilities, Centri Tech helps asset managers install and utilize the full value of a private, in-building network, providing strong and reliable resident connectivity and revenue-generating opportunities to offset day-to-day cost and increase operating income. With Centri Tech, owners and developers of subsidized housing can leverage capital investments for broadband infrastructure to generate consistent cash flows to the property and strong returns on investment. What's more, leveraging that broadband capacity, we layer on various tech packages to make buildings smart, green, and efficient. To help fund broadband connectivity projects, Centri Tech works on behalf of its partners to procure grants or subsidies where possible and guide them through the application process at no additional cost. To deliver impact at scale, the Centri Tech Foundation designs, develops, and executes technology-enabled workforce development strategies that match talent to the opportunity. We're dedicated to bringing data-backed outcomes with our community partners to increase participation rates in the digital economy, in-demand digital skills, access to education, and jobs that pay median wage plus. Launched in September 2020, we come from a diverse background of telecom, policy, real estate, tech, and finance expertise. We also collaborate with leading community development organizations, financial institutions, municipalities, and other nonprofit entities to help drive greater impact through technology. For a quarter century, the term digital divide has served an important role in highlighting grave disparities in access to broadband and connected devices. But it's time to retire the term. With a mindset of digital advancement, we see a promising way forward. To build an inclusive digital economy, we must invest in the people and places that rapid technological change and inequitable systems have left behind. Where others see communities in need, we see communities of promise with unlimited potential to creatively solve for the problems of today and tomorrow. That's why we are here today to ask for your partnership with us on this endeavor. We cannot do it alone. If you or folks in your community and network can benefit from Centri Tech's broadband infrastructure services, or if you're interested in helping design and develop local programs in cooperation with the Centri Tech Foundation, we'd love the opportunity to engage and learn more. Demo days typically end with a big unveiling, and we wish we could reveal more about our upcoming projects, but legal stuff. Get the latest updates on our community impact initiatives via our social channels. We can't wait to share more soon. Again, my name is Matthew Snyder. It's been a great pleasure and privilege to share our work with you for PIE's Demo Day. If you'd like to connect, please snap a picture of this QR code for details. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you all for listening.